guys? Dakota with Flightline Detonation. As you can see, I got White Girl out of storage. Pretty pumped about that. We're gonna get the 260Z out of storage so we can continue on with the LS swap. We've got a little passenger today. Wanna do some rip spree? Okay, ready? Is that fun? Yeah. Somebody's been doing cyclones on the bridge. Wonder who that could be. Hey guys, welcome back to Flightline Detonation. Hope you guys enjoyed that little rip in White Girl. Don't ask the nickname, it's very complicated. If you're new to the channel, that is my STI swapped 2.5 RS. Hopefully be doing some more videos on that soon. Not really sure what I'm going to do, but what are we doing today in this video? I've got the rest of the serpentine belt system to complete all of this on the engine. As for the serpentine belt system, I got this Dirty Dingo kit, same as my engine mounts over there. I had got a set of these already, but I ordered the wrong spacing, so this is actually the part number you need for an LS1. Fun fact, you can order the $20 spacer kit and it comes with everything but this little plate. So if you can make this little plate and order this kit from them for $20, you can have a $20 low mount alternator kit. Just so you guys know. I need to take the oil pan back off and drill a hole right here for the dipstick tube because this engine doesn't have provisions for one. The big item and the thing I am so happy about is the drive shaft. So what we got going on here is a slip shaft that I had Machine Services out of GreenBay, Wisconsin make for me. It was $350 shipped to my door, which I think is pretty reasonable. We've got a 1350 U-joint on this side and a 1310 U-joint on this side. What I need to do is get these two yokes pressed down to either side. I've got a Spicer 32119 for the 1350 side and this Nepco N228991 for this side. I also need to get this thing bolted up to this thing and get it in the car so we can put all of this together. I got these plates. If you guys watched my transmission mount video, I want to redo the floorboard and get these guys fixed. That's all I got. Let's get to work. Guys, there's a lot of junk in there. I'm definitely gonna give this thing an oil change like 3 or 4 times. That's pretty nasty. It's all that gunk that was just stuck on the heads and everything else. Gross. Alright, I got that drilled out. Hopefully there's no aluminum shrapnel in there. I tried to spray it out the best I could with brake clean. Kind of concerning how much crap there was in the pan. I mean, it's all like this grungy, just oily crap from people not doing oil changes. So definitely going to do numerous oil changes like every 100 or 50 miles when I first put it in the car. Went ahead and pressure washed the pan back out, waiting for it to dry up now so I can throw it back on the engine and we can get to mating these two up. Decided it was best just to take the pan off and double check. There was one tiny piece of aluminum resting right here. And it's really hard to see, but there was some sitting in here still. So glad I took that off to make sure there was no aluminum absolutely anywhere in here. Everywhere else looks good inside of here. I just thought of this after I drilled the hole. I probably should have had a vacuum running as I was drilling to suck up all the pieces of shrapnel and then like greased up the back side of it so when it came through the hole like it couldn't push anything. But I don't know. Now you guys know to do that and learn from my mistake. Well, I thought I was recording, but I definitely wasn't. Got these in. Pretty straightforward. You just press them in. Kind of like a trunnion. I don't have the clips though, so I'm going to have to run to the parts store and get some clips. I got this pigtail. It's for the speed sensor. I'm going to wire this into the Holly. That way I can do like launch control with speed sensor. Just a couple different functions I can use on that. And then I got this for the lockout. I was watching Matt Happel's last video and I wish I would have got the Holly Max because you can actually use some of the functions from the automatic side of the wiring harness to like do your reverse lockout. So you could set your torque converter lockout like 1 mile an hour and 0. That way your lockout would come on when you stop rather than like your lockout coming on when you're driving. And then the speed sensor actually works as the 2-wire speed sensor. So I kind of wish I would have got the Max. Maybe I'll sell mine and then buy the Max. Went ahead, I got the Tick Performance remote bleeder installed. I can literally run this straight up into the reservoir, bleed it out, and I don't have to even climb underneath the car to bleed the clutch. I had a local Napa store make this clutch line for me. It's a JIC fitting, is what they told me. I got a 90 on there and then a 90 on the hose, so it makes a 180, loops it back around, keeps it all nice and tidy. And then I've got a 6AN to brake line fitting to go into the master. This thing is ready to go back in. Got a fresh coat of paint on the shifter. Looks fantastic. Really happy with how that turned out. Let's get to plugging this thing in there and working on the trans mount. Not gonna happen. Working on getting the shifter in here. Kind of a pain to do when it's in the car. I did go ahead and cut some of the trans tunnel out. Really didn't want to do that, but you know, screw the purists. I'm gonna cut this car up a little bit. Shifter is in the hole. More than I wanted to cut, but that's the sacrifice I'm gonna have to make. The cool thing is, once I have the little shift boot on here, this thing will look completely OEM. Let's hop underneath the car. We need to redo that trans mount that I made. I want to make it a little stronger. Taking a look underneath, if you remember a couple videos back, I made this mount. I welded these square tubing pieces to the floor and it would probably work, but I'm worried that once the thing will shift back and forth, it'll eventually tear through the floor. So what I did is I went and got 4 pieces like this. What I'm going to do is, since I just tacked these pieces to the floor, I'm going to cut the tack welds and I'm going to actually weld this piece to the top, drill 4 holes through this guy here, and then I'll bolt it through the floor. did a bunch of test passes, and I realized I had my wire speed way too low. I was able to crank up the amps some more. That was the last weld I did right there. So pretty decent. That should work for welding these plates onto here. But I need to get underneath the car, test fit them, see where I need to drill all my holes, and should be good to weld it up. This should work out really good. I've got my holes marked where I want to put bolts through the floor. So this pad should disperse all the force from the transmission nicely. It will be completely removable, and if it doesn't work and it's crap, I can always just fill the holes in the floor and redo everything. There you have it. It's mounted. Still need to drill and cut this plate to fit, but I'll do that off camera and I won't bore you with all of that nonsense. I did order some special bolts that'll actually sit completely flat on this plate. Oh hey, a day later and my specialty bolts arrived. First time ordering from this place called McMaster-Carr. They have my business for life. These bolts have the same size as all the OEM sockets. There's nothing more annoying than buying aftermarket bolts and all your sockets are a 15 and then your new aftermarket ones are like a 16 or a 17. That is awesome. This thing turned out great. I got these elevator bolts, was planning on welding these straight to the plate. The problem is the head is kind of domed, and then the actual shank right here, you'd have to drill a really big hole. I like how this turned out. You're not gonna really notice them by your feet, especially when this is all painted or if I put carpet over the top. You're not even gonna know that piece is there. Hopping underneath, not a whole lot different. Just these are bolted in rather than tacked to the floor. I think this is probably overkill. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But this should work. It should hold power and I shouldn't have any issues. Let's get to putting the drive shaft in here. I had to have one of my friends machine the inside lip because the snout on the transmission, this wouldn't sit completely flat. So just heads up if you guys are doing the same thing, make sure you machine this area right here so it sits flat on your transmission. Just like that. Look at how amazing that is. That's so sick. Just slips into itself, bolted right up, perfect length. Thank you, Machine Services out of GreenBay, Wisconsin. You did a fantastic job. This thing is awesome. Oh, also check out the ground clearance using a C6 oil pan. The lowest part is going to be the transmission now. A little bit of my cross member piece there, but God, this car is coming together. Alright guys, that's a wrap on this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned something. I'm having so much fun putting this car together. It is coming together perfectly. Like everything just kind of falling into place. And hopefully it'll be running in the next couple weeks. Maybe sooner, maybe not. Next time you see me, we'll be doing exhaust on the car. I'm going to button up all the little things that kind of were unfinished, like painting things and just that kind of stuff. But I'll probably have a video on the RS out before I do another video on this one. So hope you guys are looking forward to that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Do all the stuff, and we will see you guys next time.